So the crypto market overall has seen a lot of uncertainty lately, a lot of negative news and a lot of negative sentiment coming around Bitfinex and Tether with the recent scandal and the potential criminal activity, potential theft of $850 million or more. So let's just talk about the price of Bitcoin, how things might get affected here. So overall, if you're just looking at the price, this formation rather, it's actually starting to turn into more of an ascending broadening wedge. We have more horizontal lows, but in higher highs. So it's becoming more of a megaphone shape, which is, you know, in classical technical analysis, that would be considered an ascending broadening wedge, which, you know, majority of the time does break to the downside, but there is no, you know, guys, this could end up being a bullish pattern as well. But considering how high we've come already, I would think that, you know, again, most likely a pullback from here, I think is the most likely result. But let's just hop over back to the 3-day chart so we can see this chart in full. Now, guys, what's interesting about this overall is that Bitcoin has actually had a mirror image, a mirror pattern take place. We had a descending triangle here, horizontal lows, lower highs with a breakdown below the horizontal lows. And Bitcoin now has seen higher lows, horizontal highs, and a break above the horizontal highs. So there quite literally has been a mirror image of the emotion, right? The psychology of this pattern and this pattern are the same, except just in the opposite direction, right? So right now we're actually, you know, we're finding Bitcoin trading in between, you know, a descending triangle and an ascending triangle. And if you just take a look at where the price is right now compared to where it's been, you know, the area that we're testing right now, guys, it's quite interesting, guys. The area that we're testing right now is an area that we never spend any time. We are just above that $5,000 parabolic top right here. We see we're getting support off that. And we're getting some resistance just above us here. So Bitcoin's price is currently in a zone that it has never spent any time in, right? We're actually spending the most time at this price the past few weeks, the past month, than Bitcoin ever has, right? Above the 5,000 level, below the 5,800 level, right? This is the first time we've spent this much time at this area. And it's actually really nice to see Bitcoin testing this zone and sort of filling in this zone with some price action, testing the waters, seeing how the market reacts to this area. It's quite nice to see Bitcoin testing this region, which it never does. So we are, you know, this range is, you know, we're adding liquidity to this range. You know, overall, in the long term, in the macro, you know, this is building support, right? This whole area is building support. This whole ascending triangle breakout, you know, this whole area is now turned into support, right? We had, you know, guys, you know, when orders are getting filled, whether it's a buy or a sell, I mean, it's both on either end, but when there's a lot of sell orders getting filled at this area, you know, and when the price breaks above that region where there was a lot of orders filled to the sell side, it actually flips into being a support area generally in classical technical analysis, guys. This does, you know, this is anticipated to be a major support zone now. You know, all the longs that were in this area are now in the profit zone, which of course creates support at that previous resistance level. So I just want to point this out to you guys that we did see a really just a mirror image here, descending triangle breakdown, ascending triangle breakout, and now we are testing the range that we have not tested for a long time. But of course, guys, if we just hop into, you know, it's really interesting right now to see Bitfinex, right? We had this rising wedge pattern here on Bitfinex, and we broke down, and we're actually retesting the support of the rising wedge right now, and this will be easier to see if I just remove that line. So we were in a bit of a rising wedge pattern, broke down, and we're testing or attempting to break back through. But of course, this is Bitfinex, guys. This is the Bitfinex chart, which is all based on US dollar tether, which there's a lot of controversy around that right now, which is why here's the chart for Coinbase. Here's the chart for Bitfinex, a big difference there in the prices and the actual structure of the price, right? And of course, Bitfinex, the price is moving up like this because people are leaving Tether. There's a lot of uncertainty behind Tether and Bitfinex, and it seems like people want to exit, right? And that is, of course, why the price would be so inflated on Bitfinex. And of course, on Coinbase, it's a little bit lower, and we are sort of creating some sort of, you know, potential, you know, possibly bouncing back right now, actually. But, you know, I'm not really sure what to classify this particular pattern is right now. A potential bear flag of some kind. But we'll see. We're coming up to that resistance right now. You know, we could, of course, we can just maintain in this area before making a decision. But yeah, guys, I mean, right now it's quite interesting. Right now for me, I mean, the short-term stuff has been pretty boring. The 4-hour chart, it's all, we're just kind of holding the support, creating higher highs, bit of an ascending broadening wedge, megaphone structure, right? But the bigger picture here for me is far more interesting. So for me right now, this is pretty critical, right? We're sitting in an area that's basically no man's land. Bitcoin never spends any time in this region. So for me right now, the result of this move, if we break out and we actually get above, let's just actually bring up the simple moving averages as well, so we can see on the weekly here, the 50-200 day. If Bitcoin does break above that 50 simple moving average and holds above it and holds above, 6,000 or so, 5,800 rather, then things could be getting very bullish very fast. But as of right now, as I've been preaching on this channel, guys, for the past month or two, this 50 simple moving average on the weekly and the 200 simple moving average on the weekly is really the support and resistance zones that I'm looking for the price to test before we actually get a break above the 50. Terrible drawing, but a break above the 50 moving average for me is the most bullish signal, and that is really what I'm waiting for here. And for the time being, I do think that most likely Bitcoin is going to be getting rejected from the 50 simple, and I think it would be really nice. It would be awesome structure to see, and it would just be really healthy for the market to pull back, right? Maybe hit this upsloping support, have a final pullback, retest that 200 simple, and then bam, break above the 50. And this is what I've been talking about for a while now, guys. This is what I'm looking for a bull market, and this would make me very confident in Bitcoin, right? A retest of the 200, a break above the 50, and we would be set, in my opinion, for a bull market. And again, guys, I am more certain that the bottom is in than not in. I'm more bullish on the macro perspective, right? As I've been talking about. And for short term, I'm still bearish, guys. I've been bearish. I'm looking for a pullback and a potential retest of the 200 simple. I think would be really good, really healthy. And I think it is very likely right now, to give the market some time, there's a lot of uncertainty right now. Give the market some time to play out, find a little bit more support, let the issues sort of move away with time, and hopefully things resolve themselves. Guys, if Bitfinex does go down completely, I'm sure we would be finding new lows in the market. So keep that in mind. If Bitfinex does go down, if the government, goes in and starts taking their assets or attempting to, and starts trying to shut down Bitfinex, well, the price of Bitcoin will likely break below 3,000. Very likely if Bitfinex goes down, guys. So keep that in mind. But, if things stay relatively normal in this industry, and there isn't any crazy controversy, well, I think, getting a retest of the 200 simple and a break above the 50 is the most likely scenario still right now. I've been talking about this for months, guys. But this is what I'm looking for right now. A retest of the 200 simple moving average on the weekly and a break above the 50 moving average on the weekly. And I think that would be a great sign for the market. So guys, if you enjoyed the video, smash the like button, subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell, and I will see you all in the next video.